Greetings, everyone. I am F. Keith Slaughter, Senior Servant of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. Our ministry began 5 years ago with a few dedicated souls who were dedicated to serving our people and worshiping our God. We are a small church. However, since we began, we have slowly grown from a mere idea into a thriving, busy, and dynamic presence in the Pittsburgh community of Atlanta, Georgia. The coronavirus pandemic indelibly altered the work of our ministry. The food and resources gap between the poor and others has widened right before our eyes. As the world around us changed, we recognized the need to expand our already established food pantry to include a food sharing component for children and adults in our community. We now serve hot meals, sandwiches, snacks, and beverages 3 days a week and provide emergency food pantry access throughout the week. The times required that we expand our capacity to serve, but we had inadequate facilities needed to do the work. To that end, we recently acquired a historic Pittsburgh landmark formerly known as Little Zion Baptist Church. Our plan is to transition our food pantry and resource brokerage center, including a new day shelter component, into the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church. We need room to grow, and I need your help to make it happen. The food pantry will give community members and their families access to nutritious food in a clean and healthy environment. The Resource Brokerage Center will connect persons to information and benefits available to them, while the day shelter will create space for showers and personal care, cell phone recharging stations, and other help for our unsheltered sisters and brothers. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to be mindful and prayerful around your possible role in helping us to take care of some good people who need to feel the experience of human love, care, and compassion in the midst of their struggle. After considering the possibilities, I ask that you would share your best gift with us to help us renovate the building, put on a new roof, replace the damaged flooring, and rebuild the handicap ramp to make it a bright, healthy, secure space for healing and restoration to occur. I believe that this is good ground. Won't you help us by investing in making Dr. King's vision of the beloved community a blessed reality? You can help us by cash apping us at $the beloved community. You may also go to my website, Dr.FKeithSlaughter.org, and make a PayPal donation. But however you give, make sure you give to this good and worthy cause.
Slaughter gang, baby. It's time to get it, baby. Craig Megalee. It's time to get it. Man in the box. It's time to get it. Yeah. That's my song right there, man. I like that song, man. What's the name of that? You don't know. Boom, ding, ding, doom, doom, doom. Hey, man. I think that the theme music now is knocking us off.
Y'all know what it is.
I really do.
I can't sit at the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves of sheep clothing. Come on, run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
Mr. Slaughter D called me Trap Pastor. I talk slow, but you know I rap faster.
Right.
Hard rhymes, I'm as serious as cancer. Recognize you ain't a slave, you a master. Came here on the bottom of the bowl.
Right.
Can't float, so I had the backstroke. Coming up on the verses that I wrote. Every day I slang hope, not dough. Black excellence, down with the team. Malcolm X's nightmare, Martin Luther's dream. Fight the power, can you feel what I mean? Like Rod Kim said, I'm a microphone fiend. Came south on a special invitation. Say a word on the current situation. No delay, no more hesitation. All you fist up, take your preparation. Sucker. I know what it is.
I can't sit the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing. Come on, run away. Take back what you stole from me. Conversate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
Yeah, so you think you can run away from reality? You think you can run away from the problems? You think you can find yourself someplace else to go where there's no God?
What up?
Hey man, wherever you go, God is already there waiting. Already? So stop running. And if you gotta run, tie your shoes. Sucker.
Big head sucker. What up? Okay, I got some of everything. I was looking at my bag. Yeah. What? Yes. Whoa, yeah. What's the dilly? Chilling and freezing in the A. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. You checking out this show. This is another edition of The Situation with your brother, Dr.FKeith Slaughter. This is an intentionally Afrocentric live streaming infotainment variety talk experience. And today is January the 18th. The year is 2022. The double deuce, sucker. In the middle of a pandemic and you still alive. How does that happen? I have no idea. And so let me just get everything straight now. First of all, if you vaccinated or unvaccinated, you can get the virus, you could spread the virus, or you could die from the virus. Whether you vaccinated or not. So, son of a bitch. Hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, then, you know, man, this is what the deal is, or the situation is. I was looking at a piece earlier today. Today is the day after. This is the first MLK Day that I've ever experienced without the presence, the personality, the life, the vim, the vigor expressed by the late great Elder Cal Morrell, also known as the Happy Preacher. It was good to hear his name mentioned. It was good to hear people say his name. The dignitaries had to remember the man who brought spirit into the space. When the white folks tried to co-opt the space and project their cold personalities into that room, the Happy Preacher would interrupt their formality with spirit, with love, with blackness, with spirituality. Cal Morrell, man, would give me a holler every now and then. And I had one time I took him home. We rode together. We was coming from some event, some church event. And he said, Slaughter, give me a ride. And I gave him a ride. He lived in a high rise down the street, not too far from here. And he said, Slaughter, people have me confused. think that I am a clown or some kind of silly man. He said, no, I'm just saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. He said, I'm not a clown. You feel me? And I think that it's important that we have people who act in ways in the community to remind us that there is a God who is worthy of constant worship, who remind us that it's all right to culturally fit where we find ourselves, and instead of adapting to the space, make the space adapt to your presence. I love the self-esteem that the happy preacher possessed, not only from the way that he dressed and put so much emphasis on his costume when he was out being the happy preacher, you know what I'm saying? But he would not allow himself to be undercut or devalued. He loved church, and wherever it was good church going, he was going to be there. He knew that good church was going to be happening at funerals. And so he made sure he was present at everybody's funeral who was anybody, where he knew they would have church. Hey, he was on about the second or third row at Aretha Franklin's funeral, sitting with the family. I said, shucks, man. This dude is international. But even happy preachers and people who love to worship, people who don't mind expressing their praise, have to move on at one point or another. And that's just a reality. It's just life. Shucks. I'll be moving on one day my damn self. And when I make it up yonder, I'm going to be looking for the happy preacher. Because, of course, up yonder, everybody going to be praising. So he won't be out of place at all. That's the situation on the happy preacher. Rest in peace. Also rest in peace, Dr. Henry Mitchell. You know what? And what's so interesting about the two of them, Dr. Henry Mitchell was he was a theologian, a practical theologian. He's specialized in worship and black church studies. And I argued with him. I argued with his writing. But he was a brilliant black man. He and his wife, Ella Mitchell, were a dynamic black theological powerhouse. And they published widely, which is what our people need. We need our thoughts written down. At any rate, Henry Mitchell would have said that the way that the happy preacher expressed his praise would have been a little too much. But I wonder what they saying now. Because they now looking at each other every day for eternity. All right, that is the situation right there. You want to know what the deal is. Well, I was just looking at my bag. I found all kind of good stuff down in here, boy. You got to go look in the bottom of your bag a little more often. You might find something to help you in your life and on your journey. Anything else? No. Cool. I feel like I can barely hear myself, Craig. I really do. Okay, now that's a little bit better. I think it's whenever anything other than me talking, it kind of pushed me down. I don't know what the technical term for that is, but I feel like it pushed me down in a way. So So I did look at my news today that was sent to me by my crack research staff. And no, I didn't say my research staff is on crack. I said my crack research staff. There is a difference. A research staff on crack ask you for money at 2:30 in the morning. A crack research staff sends you news at 2:30 in the morning. It's a difference. Anyway. All right, man, I'm about to hit my stride and get back in the flow. You know, I engage New Year's, you know what I'm saying, real slow. I ease into the new year, you know, and that's what we was doing around here. Craig, how you like church we had on Sunday? How you like that? Was it kind of dope? It was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. We just, made it happen. You know what I'm saying? It was snowing like a mug outside. That's why I was like, man, shucks. We'll make it happen. And it was cool to kick it with my kids. You know what I mean? Do some singing. And Sister Cookie and Brother Leon and Brother Prince, we held it down up in here. Anyway. So you want to know what's going on in the world? Let me share with you that CNN is reporting that Sudanese forces have killed at least 7 anti-coup protesters. As of yesterday, anti-coup rallies that were taking place in the capital of Khartoum have left more than 7 protesters dead, killed by the Sudan's army. More than 100 people were injured in the gunfire, which broke out as thousands of protesters marched toward the presidential palace in opposition to last October's military coup. Wouldn't it have been something if they had fired on them white folks in the United States who stormed the Capitol? They did bust a cap in one of them, but what if they had just sprayed them? Like if it had been Black Lives Matter protesters or something. What if they had just sprayed them? That would have been something, wouldn't it? What would we have done? What would have been our response? Who knows? Anyway, I digress. In Sudan, so they killing the people for protesting. Because that's what authoritarian governments do. And it is unfortunate. The World Health Organization has voted, or has rather vowed, to continue demanding aid access to Ethiopia's war-ravaged Tigray region, despite a complaint against its Ethiopian chief. Ethiopia's government said on Friday that it had asked the UN Health Agency, the WHO, to investigate the WHO's Director General, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, a former Ethiopian Health and Foreign Affairs Minister, for harmful misinformation and bad conduct or misconduct. The government accused him of backing rebels in the Tigray region. Okay, so the dude who's in charge of the WHO is actually from the Tigray region of Ethiopia. And what the people of the capital and the government of Ethiopia, who is in conflict and warfare with troops and entities that are in the Tigray region. And really, the Tigray region is a separate, well, it's a part of Ethiopia, but the Tigray people are of a different ethnicity, right? And so what those who wish to exploit the resources of Ethiopia have done is pit the Tigrayan people against their countrymen who may be a part of other ethnic groups in Ethiopia. Okay, so we got that straight, and I figure you understand that, and I got that. So what this is about is the Director General of the World Health Organization, according to Ethiopia's government, is providing misinformation and is improperly conducting himself as relates to the war in Ethiopia. What the WHO, what the Ethiopian officials are claiming is that the director of WHO, the World Health Organization, is helping the Tigrayans, thereby causing an unfair imbalance of power in the space. So,
what the hell?
Yeah. So yeah. World news continues. In South Africa, and this is a very interesting story. Listen. So there's a report from the Hindustan Times that says that in South Africa, they are adapting a new COVID-19 pandemic response. And they do not plan to impose any further lockdowns or any further quarantine rules. What they have decided to do is to go forward and allow people to become infected with the disease. Medical experts in South Africa said on January the 9th that restrictions on the economy, livelihoods, and other aspects of society have indirect but harmful effects. They said the government should not blindly follow those COVID-19 restrictions being imposed across the world that are not possible locally and yield only nominal benefits. Until now, South Africa has recorded over 3.5 million cases due to coronavirus disease, including 93,000 deaths and over 3 million discharges and over 102,000 active cases. Now, this country is currently reeling under a fourth wave of the pandemic, fueled by the Omicron variant, which was detected in November of last year. But this new approach by the government is in stark contrast to reflexively imposing higher levels of restrictions as the rate of COVID-19 cases surge. This suggested that the government took note of commentary that provided suggestions to focus on whether the health facilities are imminently under threat rather than simply going to higher levels of lockdowns. And so what they did was conduct a sero survey. A sero survey is when you extract serum or material, blood, from a cross section of people, right, in a community, in a country. And so they conducted a sero survey that it was carried out before the emergence of the Omicron variant. And it showed that immunity against severe COVID largely evolved through natural infection over the course of the first 3 waves and prior to the advent of vaccination. So before they had vaccines, what they said was people were developing immunity to the disease naturally. And so what they are doing now in South Africa is they're going to allow nature to take its course as it relates to this particular virus. Okay? That's what South Africa is doing. That is, and you know, let's be honest. Ain't that what the hell the United States is doing too? I ain't gonna lie, hell, I ain't gonna lie. I looked at some football, hell, it's playoff time. Hell, Captain got his millions on, hell, he all right, I guess, hell. And you Negroes, y'all ain't gonna quit going to the games, because I was looking and the stands was full of people and didn't nobody have on no mask and everybody was screaming, ah! And I was watching COVID droplets just fly through the air. And then nobody have no problem with that. So it appears to me that the U.S. is doing exactly the same thing that South Africa is doing. Ain't no restrictions. Ain't no real restrictions. Them folks be at the game ain't got no mask on the first, screaming and hollering, mixing all kind of Omicron together. So yeah, I ain't studying these white folks, man. Dr. Fauci, no. Boy, black people, it's just like it's becoming it's becoming evident now that it's just all game. I don't know. Let me see. Closer to home. Y'all, what they have found, and this is another story related to COVID, what researchers have found, and this is according to Sarah Sloat, gets the byline for this story, and it's saying that there is a genetic component or a genetic risk factor associated with the loss of smell after COVID infection. And this is a discovery that brings experts closer to understanding the perplexing pattern and may point to the way toward some much needed treatment. 6 months after contracting COVID, as many as 1.6 million people in the U.S. are still unable to smell or have experienced change in their ability to smell. And so they're not clear about the precise source of this sensory loss, but the otolaryngologist, okay, I think I just pronounced it right, from Vanderbilt is saying that that how you get from a COVID infection to loss of smell is unclear. However, it was this other word I wanted to say that I ain't make it to it before I messed up. Otolaryngologist. Thank you, sir. Anyway, and I can't even find the other word I wanted to say to prove that I know how to say big words. But hell, I didn't know how to say that one, so I might as well move to the next story. All right, next story. Down in Florida, St. Petersburg, 59-year-old white woman, according to the Tampa Bay Times, who was a substitute teacher, was calling folks niggas, her students, and 75% of the people in the school, black people. Principal black, and a substitute teacher up in there calling the people niggas. So before they could fire her, she resigned, so that's cool. All right, that's okay. People around the country were celebrating King Day on yesterday. And this story that I have speaks about the words of Martin Luther King III, who spoke in D.C. at a rally along with his wife and family. But here in Atlanta, there was also of course, the 2022 version of the celebration. And I got to say this. I don't know if this is still up. I had to say this earlier. But I don't know who wrote Bernice King, Dr. Bernice King's message on yesterday, but this the finest message I ever heard her drop. I ain't gonna lie. She come with the reparations business. I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? She didn't miss nothing. She nailed everything down. And I was really proud of her message. That's one of the first times I haven't been ashamed. But I was impressed with what she said and what she shared. And of course, in such a small amount of time that you had to deliver a message, a short message like that, short speech. But she hit everything, and I was really just filled with hope around her courageous stance as it relates to reparations. Because, see, when you start talking reparations, that's how you get the white folks to cut your money off. And you know they live off of, the guilty white folks' money. So when you introduce reparations into the conversation, what you're really doing is placing funding in jeopardy. And so I appreciate her courage in this particular case. And Go ahead, Reverend Bernice. I needed to say that because I usually be talking kind of slick about her, but she did good today or the other day. All right. She did good. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's the last story? I told you about the white woman. She's crazy. All right. Finally, closer to home. All right, y'all. There's a place, and I hate when my kids go there. I rarely if ever go there because I don't care nothing about it. It's just as bad as Buckhead to me. And that's Atlantic Station. Atlantic Station has now opened or begun a curfew. They tired of you African Americans up there at Atlantic Station. Y'all done took Atlantic Station over from the white folks, and they don't like it. And so what they have done is introduce a new curfew that is in effect. Let's see here. Atlantic Station said it's time for them to have to do something because the people been fighting, folks been shooting up there. But really what it is it's too many young African Americans that are in the space, that are in those restaurants, that are in those stores, and they didn't create that space for you. That was extending Midtown. That was extending Midtown over so white folks will have more spaces to go to that are closer to where they live. That wasn't for you. Even though it's in neighborhood and in spaces that actually black people used to occupy, used to be black neighborhoods actually. But so they got a new curfew, and they are these are the stipulations of the curfew. After 3 o'clock p.m., 3 o'clock p.m., no one under the age of 18. That means when school is out, your kids can't go to Atlantic Station, all right? Unless you come. Somebody over the age of 21 has to accompany them. And you can't have but 4 children with you at a time. So if you got 5 children, you got to leave one in the car. I love it. Okay, also at Atlantic Station, at 9 o'clock, nobody under the age of 21 is permitted on the property. After 9 o'clock, you ain't got no business at Atlantic Station. Okay? So, you know what? Look, I don't know what the response of Atlanta will be, of the response of black Atlanta will be to this, but this is obviously an affront to black people, an affront to young black people. But what I suggest that black people do is let them try and see if they can make it without the black dollar. Why don't we? That's what they saying. They saying we can make it without the black dollar. Let's let them see. See, what they do is psychological, y'all. This is psychological. Because whatever white folks tell us we can't have is what we want. Right? And so it's going to be a whole lot of more black folks going to Atlantic Station. You can just look at that. You can just, would it be something, though, to do something other than what they calculated we would do? We could just shut that motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just Slaughter talking. Y'all Negroes don't want no revolution. Y'all just talking. Cause man, you can sit your ass at your house and do revolution. You don't have to move. You don't even have to move. All you had to do was stop giving them your money. That's a revolutionary act. Anyway, yeah. So this is a story that Joyce Lupiani is reporting right down the street. This is right at the corner down at Windsor in Ira. A 15-year-old baby was killed the other night. I didn't know nothing about that. Oh, man, that's a shame, man. Right down the street, 15-year-old boy. Yeah. And I guess that's enough right there. That'll do. All right. So now you know what the deal is. It's time for us to get ready to kick it. I like that right there. That's one of my favorite jams in the whole wide world. That's Brooke Alford. Listen, y'all, the name of this show is The Situation. My name is Slaughter. It's the dopest show that you never heard of. And maybe the people that you love never heard of it as well. So holla at your people and your people's people and tell them to tune in to The Situation. We trafficking in truth telling, and we busting them in the head with some of that slick black love talk each and every Monday through Thursday from around 11 to around 1. Some of the dopest guests that you ever would want to encounter, talking about all things black. So get at me. Tell your people to get at me on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, on Twitch, and of course, many of you have already subscribed and are jamming me right now on YouTube. I want you to continue to do that and invite your people and your people's people to do that same thing. Just go to trappastor.com, go down to the bottom of the page, choose your platform, and get us in your world. Look here, I'll be black when I get back with more of this thing called The Situation, so don't you go nowhere. And of course, you know, we're open.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG, or sungoddess.sense on IG, or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
These L's was lessons, man, I swear that we stay blessed. Let's not forget, diamonds get the most press. Solidified more or less, I stay with the tech. Ballin' hard with no assist. No assist. No assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist. No assist. No assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist.
Hi, I'm Robbie, and I'm Tiana, and we're Gucci's Goodies. We specialize in delivering smile and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gucci's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to put some words to that. Welcome black, welcome black, welcome black. Yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome back to the show, y'all. Slaughter situation. I mean, man, on the day after King Day, we actually celebrated Martin Luther King, the Honorable Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. We actually celebrated on the day of his birth, and which is, you know me, I ain't gonna do right. I ain't gonna act like do what folks think you're supposed to do. So even though I take part in the observation on Mondays, but I like to do that from the house. You know what I'm talking about? But we were out here in collaboration with Confident Woman LLC, Confident Woman International LLC, who, along with us, provided food for persons in the community on King Day. It was on his actual birthday, which would have been on Saturday, the 15th. So we had a good time, man, out here, and the people enjoyed it, and that's what we do. Sunday, church was shut down all over Atlanta, and we still met and kicked it off and had church and made sure that we fed about 80 families on this past Sunday in the middle of the snow. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing I was tripping off of is how sparse attendance was at the King Day celebration at Ebenezer. It's usually a packed house. And again, the only reason that I make this observation is because the Cowboys and the 49ers game was packed all the way out. I'm just making a little like obvious little observations. How you gonna pack out a football game, but have relatively low? I'm trying to figure out how people think it is that COVID only live at church. The virus is only present in churches. It ain't at the grocery store. It ain't at the football game. It ain't at the basketball game. It ain't at the gas station. It ain't at the restaurant. Damn sure it ain't at the Papa Dough. It be so many Negroes at the Papa Dough. Ain't nobody got on no mask. Everybody just eating fish and breathing Omicron. Anyway, my first guest is no stranger to our show. He is a long-suffering freedom fighter and agitator for justice on behalf of his son. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please put your hands together for our dear brother, Brother Jimmy Hill. Yes, yes, y'all. Long live the spirit of Jimmy Atchison, his son. Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you.
How you made? How you made? Craig to set you up on you.
I got you. With a knockout. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful.
You were wonderful. Good to see you, man.
Woke me up this morning. Each day wake me up. It's another day to fight for justice for my son.
I say. That's a beautiful thing. You, as I said in my introduction, you're a long-suffering freedom fighter. You get up and get it each and every day. Ain't a day that passes that you don't dedicate yourself to bringing justice in this case.
Got to keep fighting.
Tell me where you get it. Where you get the energy from? Where is it coming from now? Because a lot of people would have given up and thrown in the towel by now.
Well, everything. Our main is it comes from God, and He blesses me with the strength, and He orders my step each day, and I pray for His knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and then I get the support I get a lot of support from many people who care, the family, activists such as Queen, Kiana Jones, help from Attorney Griggs, Dante Carter, many others, and while I'm at this moment, we had a recent problem. We had a recent problem, like a little fallout between me, my sister Tammy Featherston, my sister-in-law, and she's been very instrumental in this fight. Jimmy's her nephew, and I just want to.
I know her. I met her.
Yeah, and
she's been on this show actually.
Some things through discouragement, and things through frustration. I said some words, and words spoken can't be taken back, but I can't apologize to Tammy. I want to go on the air and I want to apologize to her and tell her we need her back in this fight. We need her back with us because can't no one person do it by themselves. We have to do it together.
Right.
And
yeah.
And I'm asking Tammy to come on back in this fight. Come on, let's get justice.
Yeah, we gotta figure out a way how even in the midst of our pain to be able to apologize and to accept apology and to extend forgiveness, because forgiveness is something that we all gonna need at one point or another.
That's right.
So it's good to reach out. I'm glad you use this space to make this public apology. Sometimes public apologies can go a long way to fix things that were said in private, but probably more impactful and effective is going to be that personal apology when you roll up with.
I apologize personally, but I didn't want her to know.
Yeah,
that.
bearing gifts. You got to, man. Hell, you got to. You got to come on with it. You need a. One way to get back at me, man, is a nice. Bring me a good 7. And right, don't come with no 3-5. You apologize. We were just smoking here. That was just friendship. If you want to make up with me, bring me a 7. And one of them fifth is that Remy, the XO.
I have to thank you.
Yeah, man.
You brought me on the show several times. I appreciate about you. You ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You're gonna come with the truth, and you be about truth. And you're gonna speak the truth. And so many times, especially when it comes to about my son and police brutality, you have too many people that well, I'm just put like too many scared black people.
Yeah, who don't want to deal with it.
That has the power and the voice.
Yeah.
To confront this injustice.
And they scared because it's going to cause some shakeup among the police. Tell us where we are right now as relates to this case and as relates to the status of the police who murdered your son.
Okay. Well, we're in the process. Fannie Willis, we're waiting on Fannie Willis to indict, but we still have to continue. We still have to continue to fight. You just can't sit back.
Right, of course
sit
not.
Back and wait on change to come, because if you do it, change that thing gonna fall in your lap.
Right.
You got to fight for
it. You got to bring
freedom and never get them. Freedom is one.
Yeah, like Ari Lennon said, you got to bring that pressure. If you don't bring pressure, it's hard to get politicians to act. They act based upon pressure that is applied to them by the public. So are there any plans to create some more interest in the Jimmy Atchison story?
Saturday 22nd is the 3rd year anniversary of his death.
Third year.
The 3rd year. And so the 20th Friday, we'll be having a press conference in front of the courthouse, in front of her office.
Okay.
Office, at 10:30.
That's what you call pressure. Yes, sir.
10:30 in the morning, we're inviting everybody. We're inviting pastors out. We're inviting anybody and everybody that want to come show support, because Son Kim should be indicted by now. This man murdered my son unnecessarily and unjustifiable. And what I can't understand is the report from the Public Integrity Unit of the Fulton County District Attorney Office stated that the shooting of my son Jimmy Atchison on January 22nd, 2019 by Son Kim was not justified, and Son Kim should be charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and violation of oath. Now, this report is coming from the same department where Fannie Willis had been working for a number of years, and that she's now in charge of.
Right.
Why hadn't Son Kim been indicted? And that's the question. Why hadn't he been indicted?
Okay, so now I understand why Fonny ain't answering my calls. Because I have you on because I have you on this show, and what you are doing is bringing pressure to bear. And you need to continue to do it. We need to continue to support you in doing that, because unless they feel it, they're not going to move. So when you meet at 10 o'clock on the 22nd of January.
Now we meet on at 10:30 at
10:30
Friday. We meet Friday the day before, cause
the day before. All right, and tell me exactly where we're meeting and what you want folks to do, what you want folks to bring, and what you want folks to know.
Bring yourself.
Okay.
Bring yourself. Just be that. It's enough. I know a lot of you have a lot of things going on, but police brutality is a detriment to society, and the shooters need to be punished.
Yes.
This needs to stop, and never in a million years that we think that this will be on our doorstep. So we have to. In the first place, we have to stop taking this for granted. We have to stop taking it for granted, because the first thing people want to say is, "What did he do?"
Right.
Breonna Taylor was in her bed.
Right. I don't think that we take it for granted, Brother Hill. And I know in your position, that might be a feeling that you have that is being taken for granted. I think people are clear about what's going on. I think that people feel helpless, and I think that what you are doing is helpful in building the confidence of the community. See, you saying because Jimmy got a good daddy who won't stop fighting. But it's plenty of children, I ain't lying, plenty of young black men, plenty of young black women whose lives were taken by the police and nobody ever said anything. Or if somebody said something, it was just for a day or two, and after that they let it go. What you're doing is showing us that we're not helpless, that you have to keep up the fight, and that you can't never give up. And if you don't never give up, you can get an outcome. You can get justice if you're willing to keep on fighting. Now let's be clear, it ain't fair that you should have to put up an extra fight. You should be able to, you pay taxes just like everybody else. You should get justice just like other people should expect justice when their loved one is killed by whoever kills them. But the fact that there's a police involved with this, the fact that there's heavy politics involved in this city, in this particular time, is going to be, I think, just important for you to don't let your foot up off the gas and keep on calling the rest of us in the responsibility, calling the rest of us in the community, and make us aware of our responsibility to help you, because it could be one of our children next. And that's just what the fact of the matter is. For real.
Yeah. Okay.
For real.
We Thursday the 20th, we are gonna we putting out a flyer. It's getting made as we speak, and it's a flyer. Everybody asking everybody to call in, like a call in, or email in.
Call
the district attorney's
office.
With his office.
Yeah.
And the man indictment, son can be indicted for the murder.
I say.
And something I was talking to.
What's that number? We need to put that number up on the screen and start it now.
612-4981. I remember that number in my sleep.
404
612-4981.
612-4981. That's Fonnie Willis's office. Need to call her, fill her voicemail up with indict Kim now. Not now, but right now.
That's right. And the Thursday, we asking people to do it every day like you want to, but Thursday is a special day.
Thursday, blast out on Thursday.
We're going to let you say what it is.
All right.
All right. And we call in on Thursday.
Okay. And I want to be the first to do that. I want to be the first. I want to invite everybody to do that this coming Thursday. So make sure we get this number down again. It's 404-621-612 4981. And y'all remind me to, on Thursday, invite everybody to blast that number. That's Fonnie Willis's number, and I'm going to call her myself. I've been calling her anyway, but I'm going to keep on calling her and see if we can't get some traction on this Jimmy Atchison case. As we said, there's already been an investigative unit, an investigative body that has looked at the details of this crime and said that this shooting was unjustified. And if it's unjustified, that means it's unlawful. If it's unlawful, it means that he should be prosecuted. He ought to be charged. And that's just, hell, I ain't no lawyer, but I guess there's enough to know that.
I've showed this report. First, let me just say this right here, because I talked to, me and his mother talk every day. And my granddaughter, Skylar, that's his daughter, the one 5 years old. See, people don't think about what it does to the family and the harm and mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
You know what little Skylar sent her grandmama every time she see her?
No.
Why did that man kill my dad?
Yeah.
And she sent our way tell me she has no answer.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old girl want to know why this police officer killed her dad.
You keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'm telling you to do, and I'm joining with you on this. That's why you always got a space on this show to keep saying Jimmy Atchison's name, to keep his case, his memory before the people. And I say in lieu, as we wait on justice. I heard somebody say today that slowly is the fastest way to get anywhere. Sometimes you have to move slow to get where you're headed, the quickest. So it might seem like it's a slow process, and I'm sure that it is. The wheels of justice for black people have a tendency to turn slowly. But as long as they're moving forward and we're going toward the goal, which is justice, which is an indictment, which is a conviction, which is an imprisonment, and which is restitution as well for the family for the loss of a young black man. Until all those things happen, then justice has not been done. And even after that happens, it won't be justice because we can't bring your son back. Right. But at least they will have made an attempt to provide some measure of recompense for their ill action, their misconduct, and their mishandling of this case. You got final words, brother? I just feel as though, the bottom line is we're going to keep fighting regardless of what. And I just feel as though. Just say what's on your heart, Jimmy. You at home. Say what's on your heart.
It should be more help. These activists out here fighting, sacrificing their time. They have people like you, my brother, and how you and you invite us to your show. I just feel like it's time for pastors and the church to come out from behind those four walls and get out here in the street with us and support us. Because I could never understand how could all these black pastors go on with the chapel, stand in front of Home Depot and boycott Home Depot, yet all these young black boys getting shot down police, and these pastors continue to remain silent and tiptoe around the issue of police brutality.
That's a call out. That's a good call out. I think it's an appropriate call out. And so I'm joining you in the call out. Brethren and sistren of the clergy, if you consider yourself to be an activist preacher pastor, if you consider yourself to have the love of Jesus of Nazareth, sweet black Jesus, our African Messiah, if you call on the name of Jesus in any way, then what you are doing is calling on the name of someone who was assassinated, someone who was murdered by the government with the assistance of the synagogue. And so we are calling you to responsibility, calling you to accountability. If you call on the name of Jesus, then you're supposed to be standing for justice. And if you're supposed to stand for justice, there is no case that deserves your standing behind that is more important than the Jimmy Atchison case. And so, and I say this all the time, Jimmy, when black folks go to praying about whatever it is, when you can solidify the prayers of black folks behind your cause, then you can get the progress that you want. You can push forward. Whenever black people pull back and hold back their prayers, then whoever it is that had them will surely fall. So I'm going to join you, and I'm going to ask people to begin to pray for a breakthrough in this case. You already putting you doing all you can, and I want you to care for yourself and to know that you being a good daddy, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. And you're right. You need to call the preachers and the churches and everybody to come and to help support, if not with their bodies, at the very least with their prayers. And I join you in that. And the beloved join you in that. All right, then. You got that's your final for us.
That's my final. That we come together, and I was talking about Martin Luther King. I just wanted to I appreciate him so much. I thank him so much, and and one something I always leave me with: we cannot be satisfied as long as Black Americans continue to be the victims of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality, as my son Jimmy Ashton was, as many more was. Stop leaving us, the families out here in the cold. Stop leaving us out here in the cold, because our lives begin to end the moment we become silent about things that matter. My son Jimmy Ashton's life matters. These other young black boys and black girls getting shot down by law enforcement matter. And we just got to continue to fight.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please put your hands together for Jimmy Hill, father of the slain Jimmy Atkinson. All right. When we come back, we're going to continue. Special guest in the studio. Of course, you already know. It's that time. This is time that we set aside to check in with my sister, who always got boots on the ground. You feel what I'm saying? Who, if there is a cause that should be supported, that is impacting Black people, this sister is there. She's a freedom fighter. She's an advocate for justice. And she's up next on The Situation. My name is Slaughter. I'll be black when I get back. We're open.
We're open. Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG, or sungoddess.sense on IG, or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
plate. Can't wait for no man in the Cape come save the day. The old shepherd had all of his land stripped away, and we programmed to think we choose what we think and say. I'm a lifelong learner, nine-figure earner. Shawty is a masterpiece and I'm just trying to learn her. Ganja smoke burner, I get what I wish, but my name ain't Timmy Turner. More like Nat Turner with the burner that could set this world ablaze. Took my mind out the maze, I won't run in your race. My health is wealth, I'm moving at my own pace. Unless we talking cycles of the moon, I just cannot be vague. I got dreams worth more than gold. I got dreams worth more than gold. And my life ain't a movie, man, it's more like a show. What's in store, man, you'll never know. It's just another episode. I got dreams worth more than gold. I got dreams worth more than gold. And my life ain't a movie, man, it's more like a show. What's in store, man, you'll never know. It's just another episode. Man ruled by appetite belong to the enemy. Open up your mind and you gon' see the world differently. Nothing is simple for me to put it simply. What we've come to know as reality has infinite layers of complexity. I just simply be. Life is like a tree, family is like branches, people are like leaves, here for a reason, gone the next season. And the roots hold together the fiber of your being. Ain't no wave, big, I am the ocean, not a part of it. Understand, I am the wholeness, I'm the frequency that resonates. Burning earths to meditate, make a soul levitate. When I slowly penetrate, I ooze confidence, baby, yes I'm that bold. Gotta be aware of all the lies that been told. Look into my melanin, it's made of solid gold. MOE, but I could never be bought nor sold. I got dreams worth more than gold. I got dreams worth more than gold. And my life ain't a movie, man, it's more like a show. What's in store, man, you'll never know. It's just another episode. I got dreams worth more than gold. I got dreams worth more than gold. And my life ain't a movie, man, it's more like a show. What's in store, man, you'll never know. It's just another episode.
Where the Negro's concerned, the world is my province until Africa
First things first, gotta get that check. Secure the bag, now they mad, go ahead, get your respect. Fools got a mouth but choose to talk up out of their neck. You might see me in the gym, but you can't see me flex. Might see me in the field, but just know I ain't here to play. Triple, triple, no assist. Man, I do this all day. Been the shit these days, I'm just trying to maintain. Ever since my elevation, dawg, things ain't been the same. I can't listen to a pastor unless he practice what he preach. Can't be cool with anybody, everybody trying to leech. I was starving, trying to find a way to make it through the week. Ain't no silver spoons, man, there ain't no pity for the weak. I'd have had to crawl, but I balled nonetheless. These L's was lessons, man, I swear that we stay blessed. Let's not forget, diamonds get the most press. Solidified more or less, I stay with the tech. Ballin' hard with no assist, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist. Trials and tribulations, this right here is dedication. I don't need evaluation. Young and Haitian came out the field with the revelation. Fruits of my labor, sugar free, a taste of savor. Blood, sweat, and tears gave all of my sauces flavor. We been major, eating for times where I had nothing at the table. This is my life, not a fable. Abstain from Cain, even though I was able. I'm just doing me, so please don't try your label. Same shit, different city, starting in a dude. Hickey had to take some time off to see who was really with me. Been slaying since jit days, this is power and pain. Guys who came back with the still no Gregor click Kane. You know my name, you see the main. Don't get maimed, I'm on a whole different plane. Hard to explain when you in the nose, please and not be deep off in the pain. Cat, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist, no assist, no assist. Ball so hard, I do it all with no assist. Face gate, every place that I go. And if you don't know by now, man, popcorn jump. I'm from the south where it's hot, boy. A hot boy, frontin' like you really hard way. You not, boy. I'm a south side hot boy. South side hot boy. South side, south side, south side hot boy. I'm official, no need to authenticate. Y'all boys is Minute Maid, sweeter than some lemonade. Love to love and hate to hate, so shit don't violate. Violate, we devastate, then elevate to higher states. Had to fight to earn my stripes, hands on FPL, I'm knocking out these lights. From taking L's to taking flights, I move mountains with my might. Everything gon' be alright, as long as the money tight, as long as the money right. Ready for the smoke, that's no pre-roll. Cut the fat, stretch the muscle. SEAUX, baby, please act like you know. I ride for my dog just like I'm John Wick. Get your wig split for talking shit, real shit. These days I'm different, I don't pray for forgiveness. I just handle my business, I'm moving with the quickness. Got the vision, I can see it with my eyes. See folks like chairs with me, I can't
What's up, G? You good?
Chill.
What you need? I'll be through in 30 minutes. You hear what you talking about? Want some money?
Yeah. Chill.
I'm so tired of Negro sticking me up. Huh?
You what I want.
It's been a while.
You know what?
Let's go.
You know the vibe.
We rolling?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to the show. My name is Slaughter. Who was that up under me, man? That's So 9. Man, I miss old So 9, man. I gotta get him back up in here, man.
Yeah. Oh man,
He dope. So 9 dope.
You know he models.
He models. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I ain't much into dude modeling, but you know.
No, I mean, I didn't know he was so
multi-talented.
Yes, very talented.
As I said, welcome back to the show, man. In the studio with me, special guests who have already introduced. Freedom fighter, liberationist, lover of black people, a beautiful soul, beautiful sister. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my sister, Queen Porsche Miller. Stop playing. There she go. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Chief? What's going on, King?
How you doing? How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yes.
Glad to see you back. Let me say to you, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we saw each other during Kwanzaa. We ain't seen each other in New Year.
We did not see each other New Year. We saw each other during Kwanzaa.
Yeah, on Kujichagulia. That's the last time we saw each other here at the Beloved.
We saw each other.
Yes, so I'm glad to see you and to be able to say Happy New Year to you, dear sister. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Thank you.
Good or do. You know what I'm saying? Next time I catch you, it'll be great.
Absolutely. Most likely.
But we'll take good. You know what I'm saying?
We'll take good.
We'll take good.
We'll take good.
So, all right, it's a new year. It's the double deuce.
Yes.
Code 45. Yeah.
Billy D. Williams, yes, sir.
Billy D. It's Billy D.
Always,
it's a double
as long as it's code 45.
Billy D. still alive, ain't it? Billy D. still alive?
He's alive, okay. And he's living in the rainbow.
No.
Yes, sir.
Well, whatever. What's the dude name? I saw it last night on TV the other day in a movie Red Dawn about when the Russians come and take over the United States. Ron O'Neal, Superfly. Mm-hmm. But you heard about Max Julian dead. He died.
Yes.
The Mac. Man, the man that taught me everything I know about pimping.
People don't understand when you try to get chosen. They don't understand. They don't understand. I love it. My daddy taught me everything I know.
Hell yeah. I try to teach my daughter, man, that she thuggy. You know, she thuggy, but.
Well, don't judge us. Y'all taught us everything.
Well, I know, but she ran up on a Negro. I think he might be a little bit more thuggy, and now she learning the other side of the game.
Well, my dad, when my dad chose my husband for me. Thank you, Lord.
Well, that's a blessing.
Thank you, Lord.
That's a blessing.
Yes.
Mine wouldn't let me choose because I don't know, but I put the ugly finger on every nigga come through my house. I just like that nigga there won't do. He won't do.
Well, I was choosing. I was choosing guys like my dad. But then my dad said, "Wait a minute, let me pick this one for you."
Yeah, you ain't gonna.
He did good, and he talked to him at the altar for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, because you be getting somebody like yourself, and if you get somebody just like you, then you gonna have conflict, and you don't need that. My daughter, man, I ain't tell you the first Negro I didn't like. She kept him 2-3 years, and I was like, I said, baby, so what this Negro do? What he up to? She said, well, Daddy, he a rapper. I said, okay, and I looked at his videos and everything, and he had a couple of videos. The first good video, I ain't gonna lie, this guy's the truth. First video, we had one gun. Second video, we had two guns.
Oh.
Third video, this Negro had a gun in each hand and one strap across his back. I said, damn, this Negro here's a rapper for real. All right, I said, well, baby, how are you getting any traction on that? Do we have a plan B?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, Daddy, he a trapper.
Wow.
I said, okay. I said, now look here, baby girl, both of them occupations is dangerous.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and they got a short lifespan on them.
Yeah.
I said, baby, do we have a plan C?
Well, the beautiful thing about it is, after Dad got to looking into the records of my husband, I want to say that he's a changed man. Praise
Okay,
God.
well, hallelujah.
It all worked out.
Brother Miller, you got our thumbs up. I be damn.
I'm glad he came with me today.
Yeah, it take a special kind of brother to roll with a sister like you.
I heard that before.
You heard about that? Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I heard that before. That's what my daddy told him. It said, it take a special kind of man to deal with my daughters.
Yeah. How many sisters you got?
I have one, and I have, and I'ma still claim that I have two brothers, but one of my brothers passed at the age of 26.
Oh, I'm sorry to learn that.
That's okay.
And y'all, are you from A-Town? Because we never talked about that.
My dad is a Grady baby. No, I'm from Alabama, but I'm also
what part of Alabama?
I'm from Dothan, Alabama.
Dothan. No,
yeah.
We didn't talk about Dothan because
talked about that.
Because Dothan is a Grammy. Wonderful city with a lot of beautiful black people, but some dirty ass crackers.
Yeah, we had to
dirty police.
Yeah, but they haven't killed anyone since we've been down there.
Well, good.
Yeah, but we still got work to do far as policing our own.
Yeah, I preached King Day down in Dothan. I guess it was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't had me back since. I turned that mug out. That church was full of people. It was a big old church full of people, and I just
It was
acted.
Greater Beulah, wasn't it?
I believe so. It was big old giant church. I don't know. It was big. And I just climbed on. The Negroes was like, we can't have you back. We love you, but we can't have you back.
they coming into themselves. They coming into themselves.
People, I be telling people, man, Alabama is God's country. People just don't know that. You know what I mean? Looking at Dr. King's, observance of his birthday yesterday, the observation was made that when he completed his doctoral work at Boston University, he didn't go join his daddy in Atlanta. At Ebenezer, he went to Alabama, man.
Alabama.
I'm trying to tell you, boys, because some of the dopest black people in the world live in Alabama.
You hear they say that Atlanta is the birthplace of the civil rights movement, but no, Alabama is the capital of the civil rights, and so my history books tell me that the civil rights movement started in the state of Alabama.
Actually in Tuskegee in the 1800s when the civil rights movement first started, because it was the first time that black people ever took up arms against as a body against a government entity, which was the sheriff. The black people, they took up arms and said, no, y'all not supposed to do what y'all came here to do.
Because Rosa Parks is from Abbeville, Alabama.
She's from Abbeville by way of Tuskegee.
By the way of Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying? And Martin Luther King's family home is right there on Alabama State's campus.
Right there in Montgomery. In
Montgomery, Alabama. So like I said, my history book mentally is it starts in the state of Alabama. So my civil rights activism is on my dad's side. So I have to give my credit to my history in Alabama, especially in Dothan, Alabama, so my roots start right there in Dothan, Alabama. That's why I give my homage to Reverend Al Sharpton. He made us get out there and put them turkeys out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love Alabama. I love the spirit. People just don't understand it because what's so crazy is that wherever there is a majority of black people, and there's a large majority of black people in Alabama. That's what folks don't know. Wherever white folks act up the most, that's where the most black people are.
Yes.
White people don't act up in spaces where ain't no black. You don't hear white folks act no fool in North Dakota.
I don't know. They act the fool out there,
they act the fool
on each other.
No, on the indigenous people who are on them reservations in them states.
Yes,
but they don't act a fool about black folks like they act a fool in Alabama, like they act a fool in Mississippi, South Carolina, Texas. Did I say Mississippi? Did I say?
You did say Mississippi.
Okay. And even now Georgia. There always have been an abundance of black people in these southeastern states, but they tried to pretend that they didn't know and make us think that we ain't the majority, so we won't act like the majority. Because if I can put in your mind you're a minority, you will actually call yourself that, and you actually hear black people referring to black people as the minority.
That's what the common goal was. That's why it made us so oppressed. To make us feel that way. If you make us feel that way, what you gonna do? That's why when you watch that's why I'm glad they put out the Women of the Movement. Have you watched that about the story of Emmett Till? They have that out now, and if you see how they went in and how they took the young man Emmett Till out of his uncle's home, they let his uncle know. They asked him how old he was. He said 64. They said if you let anyone know that we were here, you're not going to make it to see 65. They put it in his head how it's nothing for us to kill you if you let us know we got to kill your own.
Right.
That's how they did us. That's the seed that they planted us because we meant nothing.
Thank you for saying that, because it's hard to get black people to admit that within us is a deep fear of whites. Mm-hmm. And even those of us who stand up, it don't mean we ain't scared. It just means we stand up anyway.
Yeah. And it happens to this day. We allow non-black people to come in and agitate us and pin us together, to pin us against each other, just to come in and infiltrate us and have us thinking that we are against each other. And it's so easy.
Yeah.
And that's why Martin Luther King dream always facilitates and becomes a nightmare. I see it every single day. We allow non-black people to do it all the time.
It's so interesting that you say that, because of course, a whole lot of King movies and stuff and documentaries have been on in the last few days. And I was looking at this one piece that was on HBO, where they spent quite a bit of time dealing with the friction between King and Stokely Carmichael.
Yes.
Carmichael, who was the president of SNCC, who had become executive director of SNCC, and King, being president, founder, leader of Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And they were having these joint collaborative marches, but they would have, like, there was a reporter that would come and stand in between the two of them and say to Stokely Carmichael, why do you insist on black power? And he'll be right there and he'll talk about black. Then they'll get the microphone and they'll put it in front of King, like, why are you against black power?
Devil's advocate.
But King was masterful in the way that he was able to remain connected to the grassroots persons who are unable to commit to nonviolence while still committing to nonviolence himself. And I think that was a hell of a balancing act to have to pull off.
But he studied under Gandhi. Mm-hmm. So that really kept him. They really kept him grounded. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I'm clear. I mean,
CT. You remember Big Uncle CT Vivian?
Yes.
I had opportunity, man. I used to spend hours with him. We worked in the same office. When I was president dean of Morehouse School of Religion, he had office space. I gave him office space.
Wow.
So, and he would get up every morning, put on his suit and tie, come in, sit in the office.
So I didn't know him personally, but I have heard the stories of Mr. C.T. Vivian.
But this dude was 80-some years old, in his late 80s. And he was so committed to the ideas of Dr. King. I'm talking about to the day that he died. He was committed to the idea of nonviolence because that is what King promulgated and was fully invested in. You know, but that was as a strategy, right? It was used as a tactic, nonviolence. In the days world, 2022, do you think that nonviolence is still the preferred modality of resistance for Black people?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I believe it is the base of what we should do. But at the end of the day, if it's cause for us to have to use violence, I believe we're going to have to, if it comes down to it, because as we see how they did at the insurrection, we do know that if we have to bear arms, we're going to need to do what we're going to have to do.
Yeah.
Because we already see what white supremacy will do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, and you bring a real salient point, which is, you know, we've always thought that who we would have to do battle with would be the government or the police. But really, if Black people and white people actually came to the point where we engaged in warfare, it would more than likely be with these militias.
Oh yeah.
And more than likely the government would, and I'm gonna say this, would join Black people against the militias.
Oh yeah.
Because the militias, they, as you said, have shown that they had the capacity for a coup d'etat, to shift the power in government. And it's sad, I'm sad to say it, but Black people, I don't even know if we had a will to take over government. We just want white folks to stop bothering us. You know? Yeah, you know.
Not only we want the Caucasians to stop bothering us. I appreciate our white allies standing with us, but we need them to tell their side to pipe down on their white supremacy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we also need to tell our people to pipe down on being against each other. You
Exactly.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you got that much heat where you can take all these guns, right, that we got in these music videos that we showing death culture.
Right. Go ahead.
And you wiping out the money. R.I.P. Young Dolph.
R.I.P. Young Dolph.
And you wiping out the money that can help our people. Take that and put it towards them crackers that went up in our capital and did what they did in the insurrection, because we're gonna need that in the future, because you can see it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know we have the new Black Panther Party that's ready and armed. You understand what I'm saying? Because my house is ready and armed, and I know other people that's ready and armed. But we're not ready to take that out on our people.
Right.
We're ready to do that when it's time to go down and ready for battle. But it's not necessary when we can do it in a non-violent and peaceful way.
Yeah.
So that's what Martin Luther King dream is about.
No
but
doubt.
we can do it Malcolm X style. That's all I'm saying.
I say you, yes and no.
Yes and no.
And sometimes that's the best answer.
And that's the best answer. I'm just saying.
Yes and no. No and
That's what I'm
yes.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
wife don't let me get away with that, but I know that's the best way to answer questions
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's all I'm saying.
Did you do something? Yes
and
no. I didn't.
But it's just we on the situation.
Yeah, it was depending on the situation.
It depends on the situation.
Look here. I thought of this the other day. I was looking at basketball and football, looking at all the sports and stuff on TV. And I was thinking, every one of them Negroes that play basketball or football, they ought to have to get inducted into the 1,000 club after their first year as a professional. And 1,000 club would be that they have to, in order to continue in their sport, they have to buy 1,000 acres of land somewhere in this country, in the southeastern United States, in order to continue on. And black folks ought to enforce that. You got to buy 1,000 acres. And if every last one of them Negroes buy 1,000 acres, because all of them got the capacity to do so.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? What we would be able to do is purchase the land that already belonged to us, but go ahead on and purchase what we need in order to start our own governmental affairs. Right. That's what I just thought about that. I don't know what you think about that.
That's a way of being a stakeholder, huh?
Because that's the people who got the cash.
They got the cash.
Just take the cash and buy something that would mean something. Buy the land. But I mean, just say everybody buy land in Georgia. Because it's out here, and in Alabama, and in Mississippi. Because that land is open, it's available, and the black people purchase it, then we would control it. That's just me tripping. Anyway, yesterday was King Day, and you found yourself on the front line of that march. Talk about that.
Yes, I did. And shout out to the Labor Council, Miss Sandra Williams. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. James Jones. Make Hood great again. I want to give a shout out to them. They did the marshalling. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Eric Richardson. I was asked to lead the march of the MLK parade here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. It was such an honor to be with the mayor, Andre Dickinson, Congresswoman Nakima Williams, also District 12, your boy, Antonio Lewis.
Antonio Lewis, yeah.
Oh man, he lost it. He had to get a bullhorn. He got out there.
Antonio hyped up right now.
Yes, man. He enjoyed himself.
Yeah.
And I was out there, New Georgia Project, Georgia Stand Up. Shout out to them and all the labor organizations. They was out there, and we got out there, and we really represented. We was out there giving our voices out, wanting to end the filibuster, wanting to continue to say protect our votes, piggybacking on Ms. Bernice King, saying that we want our reparations.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Still continuing wanting the POTUS President Joe Biden to not just come out here and come to Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's talk. We can talk about that. Was you out there? I didn't see you out there.
Yes,
were you out
I
there?
was out
You
there.
was protesting, though.
Yes, I was.
You was protesting.
There, and I know he was out there at Clark, Atlanta, saying what we've been saying.
I mean, Joe man is that whole speech felt disrespectful to me. It didn't feel good to me. Yeah, but he ain't doing nothing. So you disrespectful if you know, we already know what you supposed to do. We already did our part. You ain't done your part. Now you coming back telling us we need to do some more. He ain't done his part yet.
We did
our part.
He didn't tell us we need to do some more. He told us what we already know.
Yeah, no, we talking about, but you can't stop. You got to, no, dude, we put you in office. That's what you said you needed, and you'll make it happen. That's what you said when you was campaigning. When you was campaigning, that's what you said you was going to do. We was going to get this Voting Rights Act. We don't even talk about the George Floyd Police Reform Act no more. That's gone. That evaporated like it never existed. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that he promised. That's what his campaign was based on.
He promised that to his daughter.
You know what I'm saying? So if he won't hold it down for her, he ain't holding it down for us.
Don't get me started.
I'm finna get you started.
Don't get me started. Because, ooh.
I mean, it's terrible. I mean, and black people ain't saying nothing about what a bomb Biden is. Biden is a damn bomb, a liar, and he ain't handling business.
Kamala Harris too.
Hell yeah.
And Kamala Harris she let them freak her out.
Oh,
you know,
Jesus.
She let Joe and them just freak her out on TV. Terrible. Had her down there talking down to our people, talking down to her own people, who was just trying to gain interest into this country.
I'm gonna tell you what, she killed me when she
terrible.
when she told everybody she was down for the abolishment of ICE, and then told everybody don't come to, and then turned around and told the people don't come to the border, and the way they handle the Haitians, our people at the border.
She threw. She got to do something big to come back from that with our community.
Yes,
to regain credibility in our community.
And I'm just tired of us as the city of Atlanta being a background and a promo for everybody when they come here.
That's why I said it felt disrespectful.
That's what you said.
You got me.
I got you.
Now you got me.
Yes, I'm tired of that.
What I'm tired of is Negroes who get excited about white folks acting like they care about Negroes. I've had enough of that.
We did this.
Yeah, we put the flip on Georgia. I know my whole family. We do this.
We did this.
Yeah,
we did.
So it's got to stay flipped.
But guess what? We still Republican. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We still Republican.
It's a contradiction, actually, because we did flip it as it relates to senators in Congress or in the Senate. But hell, as long as there's a filibuster, as long as that is in place, it don't make no difference.
Yes. If we can't end the filibuster, it's like we working 12-hour shift, making $3 an hour.
Yeah.
Prisoner.
Yeah, and you're getting overtime with overtime. With overtime, you get time and a half. You make it $4.50 an hour.
Right.
You know?
And then at the end of the year, you got to put your time in. Can't even get no offers.
Hustling backwards like a mug. So there are some issues that are out here. Black people are continuing to be lied to about these issues, and I guess the question that I want to pose to you now, sis, is what are the alternatives that black people can engage in order to get the attention of the democratic power structure and let them know we mean business prior to these damn midterm elections coming? Because if we roll into the midterm elections feeling like we feeling, that means Negroes ain't going to the polls, which means you think it's Republican. It's going to be double dipped in red if black people don't show up to the polls. And right now, black people ain't feeling it. You know what we do when we ain't feeling it.
When we put you in, we put you out. And see, at this point, this is the thing. It's not about Democrat and Republicans at this point, because we're done with the field conversations.
Okay.
We're done with the field conversations. It's all about who's doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see now, you see how we put Councilman Antonio Lewis in.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting people in that's doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
So we have people that are doing the work, but they didn't get in the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We never said they wasn't running again.
Right.
So now that we got their face out there,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna run again.
Mm-hmm.
So don't act like we don't have people and candidates that's not gonna run again.
No doubt.
So it's a strategy to everything.
No doubt.
So guess what? Once we put their face out there again, we're gonna get them to run again. So if you don't do your job, don't worry. If you don't do your job, you're gonna get replaced. So that's what we got going on.
No doubt. And right now, what we witnessed in elections in this atmosphere is that if you don't have a progressive edge on you,
mm-hmm.
the people ain't supporting you now.
Oh, yes.
Everybody who made it in, they had a progressive edge. Those who was leading with kissing white folks' hind parts, they got left on the side.
Right. And we're glad that Mayor Andre Dickens is in. Why? Because we know he was on the front line as well. So you best to believe we are standing behind our mayor 110%. So
No
he
doubt.
already know who out here.
Yeah, he came to Pittsburgh to campaign.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
so he know his front line soldiers. And we don't have, and we're not on the front line. We are the front line.
No doubt about it. We
You
are.
know what time it is.
You better, Negro, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, put your hands together for my dear sister, Queen Porsche Miller. Look at her, talking about good trouble. Looking like bad trouble.
I'm going to stay in that.
You got good trouble on your t-shirt and bad trouble on your mind. Thank you for coming through, sis. Always. See you next month.
Yes.
I don't know where you're going between now and next month, but I know it's going to be exciting and big.
This Friday, we will be in Fayetteville, North Carolina. A young man that I met in November at the Revolutionary Healing named Jason Walker. He was shot and killed by an off-duty sheriff by the name of Lieutenant Jeffrey Hash while crossing the street. We'll be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, asking for the fire, demanding the arrest of this off-duty officer. And then this coming up February, we'll be in Miami for the 10th anniversary of Trayvon Martin. Then we'll be in Tampa for Andrew Joseph that was also killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I need to get hooked up what's going on in Fayetteville. I got somebody I can connect you with.
Okay.
One of my good preachers up there.
Absolutely. So I will be advocating in solidarity with Queen Yanaja Hall, the granddaughter of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan and Attorney Jared Griggs and Scotty Smart.
All right.
Oh, yeah, and Attorney Ben Crump will be there as well.
That's in Miami.
That would be in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville,
Miami
okay.
will be the 10th anniversary of Trayvon Martin.
Okay. All right, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Y'all, how can folks follow you?
Yeah, we on fire. You can follow me on Facebook at Porsche Miller, that's PORCH''SE Miller. And you can follow me on Instagram at Queen P Miller #2U.
Ashe. All right. Let's roll up out of here, man.
Yeah.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. I know everywhere that Porsche Miller gonna be. You know everywhere she gonna be. Whether it's in Tampa, whether it's in Miami.
Y'all know what it is.
Whether it's in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
I can't sit to see the scornful. Run away, run away, run away.
Those wolves in sheep clothing. Much love to Jimmy Hill, who came through to represent for his son, Jimmy Atchison. Hey, man, I see y'all tomorrow. The Lord said the same thing. I'm talking about. Now they want to holler. You know what I'm saying? You see how they are? Now they want to holler. Peace to peace. To the Archbishop and Holy Family, to the blood community I love so well. To my video engineer, Craig Migley. To my crack research team, HC, in the place to be. To my producer, C to the O to the Courtney Omega. Stop playing, stop playing. What? I'm talking about. And to the man in the box, the Grand Imperial Slice Master Supreme, also known as Big Not Little. What's up, man? There you go. There you go. And you, all I want you to do is love me. And I'm going to love you black. Peace to the people, power to the people, and root to the bros. I'll holler.
Tiger shoot.
All the time.
The mouths of the wise teach knowledge, but the lips of the fool talk in foolishness. Almighty, but don't like them hypocrites, me don't like them parasites. Them scheme by day, them plot by night, striving on the plight of the poor and the sufferers. Oh, Jah know them a backstabbers, Jah know them a bloodsuckers. I can't take them vampires, cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I'm on fighting for what is right. No, not give up the fight. Fighting for truth and rights. Up full in a Jaja side. Fight we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight we have to fight with all we might. Fight we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight we keep out all them parasites. Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Them deceptive beasts, always scheming and deceiving, wheeling, dealing and misleading, stealing and concealing, playing with the people's feeling. Do they know the most guy watching them? Them better know I'm man watching them. Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Run the track. Blood, the blood, blood of my people, the blood. They have been shedding the blood of my people for a long time, a very long time, such a long time. I see the blood of my people is the lifeline, the substance of the beast. They have been shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. Oh, it's the nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. Shedding the blood of my people. sucking the blood of my people. The blood, blood of my people, the blood. The blood, blood of my people, the blood. They devise all kinds of weapons, then using them to kill my people. Some are famous, dangerous, and deadliest weapons. ICBW, chemical and biological weapons, like AIDS and Ebola, weapons of genocide against my people. They're instigating strife and war among my people, setting up the climate for the blood to run. The blood have to run for the base to feast. Oh, it's the nature of the beast, nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people, oh, yo. Sucking the blood of my people, oh, yo. Shedding the blood of my people, sucking the blood of my people. The blood, blood of my people, the blood. I cry, the blood, blood of my people, the blood.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it, you know.
Yeah, hear what I man say. Right now, but each and every day I say, oh people now, here I say, freedom, 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 Rasta people them freedom, African people freedom, the original people, they can't find your body, don't let them control your mind. So free up your mind, oh people now, who have been trapped by the demons of the beast. They are trying to destroy your mind and spirit, your heart and soul, your divine control. Before they violate your body and destroy your world, they are waging all kind of warfare to distract and confuse your mind. Break them shackles, break them chains, don't let them control your brain. Break them shackles, break them chains, even though them change your name. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, free your mind. If they control your mind, they can control your thoughts. If they control your thoughts, they can control your actions. Practically to take their baits that will lead you to self-destruction. Put yourself defeating self-destructive actions, doing exactly what they want. As you fall in their trap, say, appear manipulation, them unleash, them demons and them beast, to rape, ravage and feast. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. They create a schooling system, preparing your mind for manipulation with their lies and their propaganda. Sensitizing your minds for more lies and falsification. To the medias and their institutions, we make up rules and more distractions, confusing and mixing up your mind. Do you know what are their plans? I say it's mind control. Them evil Babylonians, they wanna steal your soul. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind.